What's up, bros? Today I will be showing you the best 5 hockey cards which I acquired during 2020. That's of course a little bit late for such a video because we're already pretty far away in 2021, but unfortunately the mail is really slow right now, and some packages from Canada which was sent well in 2020 just arrived to me right now, but yeah, who am I kidding with this excuses? Because as you can see from my shaking hands, the true reason is that I have been drinking heavily over the holidays, and I then had a terrible hangover, and now when it's finally over, I'm ready to record this video, but let's start. So as those of you who follow my channel might know, in hockey there are I have three broad collections. So the first collection, which is the smallest part of my collection, the so-called Sick Patches collection. And this is the collection, although now it's the smallest part of my collection. When I started it around 2008, 2009, it was actually growing really fast, and was I actually had storage issues, and then at one point what I decided to really limit that collection to only 10 cards. So if I want to acquire a new card to that collection, I need to check if that card is like a sicker patch than what I have now, and then I'll have to sell the least sick patch out of my current collection, and so keeping that collection very small but very high quality collection of only 2 sick patches. And during this year I have acquired 3 new patches to this collection. So the first patch is this Patrice Bergeron Team Canada logo. Man, it might not look like a very mind-blowing patch to some of you, but the reality is that it's super difficult to come up with this Team Canada logo, man. Patches, I think it's perhaps the most difficult patch in hockey because it's seldom used as either a shoulder or a sleeve patch. It's usually this centerpiece logo, and that centerpiece logo, it's way too big even for a monumental patch. So a really rare piece here like of Patrice Bergeron. I suspect that this card is actually from a Team Canada Vancouver Olympics jersey, because that was a really rare jersey where this Team Canada logo man was used as a sleeve patch, and although it doesn't say where it's from, like I suspect that it is from there. Then the second patch from the second patch which I added to this top 10 sickest patch collection is this Malkin really crazy penguin beacon head patch from OPG Premier. So this is the subset which I like a lot due to this really sick patches. And the third card which I acquired for this sick patch collection is this completely crazy Ovechkin eagle head patch from Prime. That's actually Panini Prime is one of my very favorite subsets because because that's when was the year when Panini lost the license, so they were putting all these sick patches from all the memorabilia they had away, and tons. It must be the most patch-rich set of all times, like for sure, like better than all these like limited logos. OPC premieres, and even though this card is numbered to 30. There are many, a lot of these 30 patches are like unbelievably sick, like just like crazy sick. Like in particular, there is one other patch, I think that's 17 out of 30. It's also an eagle head, like so, like a really mind-blowing patch. But because out of the three, they're all in kind of in the same part of my collection, I'll have to pick up one of them for top 5, and I dropped this Malkin patch immediately because at some point it's clear that I'm gonna replace this either with Crosby penguin head or like Lemieux penguin head, because objectively speaking, these two are more like a better Penguins player than Malkin, but before that I'll keep that in my top 10. So that's I dropped Malkin immediately, and actually between like this Bergeron and Ovechkin, it was a pretty close choice, because although I have been looking for this Team Canada logo man for years, I only found it I only found this card this year. And actually wasn't even like that expensive, because I think Bergeron is not, who is the most recent captain of Bruins, is not that collectible player, but nevertheless a very sick patch. But yeah, like it's you cannot do anything with this very shiny head of the ego, and so this takes the number 5. Number 5 place among my hockey cards this year. Then the second part of my collection, which again some of you might know, are the high gloss Young Guns, and I believe that with over 500 high gloss Young Guns, I might have the largest high gloss Young Guns collection in the world. I'm not sure about that, but I haven't seen anything comparable to that, and this year I acquired 34 high gloss Young Guns, and while with the patches it wasn't that clear which one of the patches will take a place in top 5, with high gloss Young Guns, it's rather obvious. So this Crosby high gloss Young Guns, probably the best, not probably, like for sure the best high gloss Young Guns ever made. So somehow that year they were called HG Glossy, not high gloss as usual. And in general, the upper deck is is not very consistent with naming this high gloss Young Guns like high gloss. For instance, in 10-11 they were all even these parallels, Young Gun parallels number to 10, they were called exclusives, although usually like parallels number to 100 are called exclusives, but this is clearly and by far the best high gloss Young Guns, not only acquired this year, but in my collection overall. But there were like some other good Young Guns as well. Like in particular, I managed to acquire like a Stamkos high gloss Young Guns and Igor Shesterkin high gloss Young Guns as well. But this is gonna be number 4 high gloss, number 4 hockey card which I acquired this this year. But now let's get to my main collections. And as for the most hockey collectors, of course, my main collections are player collections. And in particular, not only but mostly I collect rookie year guns of Russian players from the tri-state area teams, loosely defined. Not only but mostly. That's mostly my player collections. And in 2020. The main player I was collecting was actually Nikita Gusev. For Devils, I was to his first New Jersey Devils game in. It was against Winnipeg Jets. Devils season opener against Winnipeg Jets, and Gusev scored Devils season opening goal. What was ridiculous about that game that Devils were leading 4-0, but somehow they still lost 5-4 to Jets. So, yeah, I was laughing out really loud. And what's fun about Gusev is then. When Gusev scores on the Jumbotron, Devils actually show this Jumbotron ad for Goose Island beer, which is a little bit ridiculous. But the sad fact is that during this year I have acquired literally a ton of different Gusev cards, but all of them are relatively low quality. So I think by far the best Gusev cards which I have acquired during this year is this Ice RPA number 210 as always, but I wouldn't call it any kind of a sick card or anything like that because this patch is pretty boring, and there were several other Ice RPAs which I saw like of Gusev, but they also patches are really boring. And one problem, of course, is this window is a little bit weird this year, and so given this window, the only non-boring patch you could get would probably be either the tail of the devil or these horns of the devil, but I haven't seen anything like that, and I don't really feel like including this card in a top 5 because it's not really. It's a good card. It's a nice piece in Gusev PC, but yeah, like I just not super excited about this card. But yeah, like I have literally tons of low numbered Gusev cards, but they all look something like this. This is like the best example. Like, and of course, like this is super lame. Like this, like so we have like a Russian player, and then in French, in Spanish, it's written that he's made in Canada. Like, so it's pretty low, like, and unfortunately, like, there's like, even on eBay, there's like tons of, and COMC, there are tons of low-numbered Gusev cards available for, and which are not like that expensive, but I just don't feel any like passion acquiring these cards. And so I'm not including any Gusev cards in this year top 5, although like he was by far my main personal collection player this year. But if at any point you see any sick rookie year Gusev cards, like, always hit me up. So I am definitely looking forward to purchasing them, although it looks like Gusev will be traded out of Devils pretty soon, but still, like, So the second personal collection player during this season, it's also like a little bit ridiculous, but that's Vitaly Kravtsov, who actually also, unlike Gusev, didn't even play in any NHL games, but he signed an exclusive contract with Panini, and Panini was the whole year they were putting a lot of this unlicensed products with only two players. Kakko, who also became exclusive to them, and Kravtsov. And I acquired a number of these cards and a number of low-numbered Kravtsov cards. However, while I have a number of very low-numbered cards, like for example this Select 101, you can see that or like this like 101s, you can for instance see like Score full rainbow with 101 like as well. On there's a separate video of it on my channel, but this card looks really lame. It's the auto is out of sticker, and the patch is like a really boring Reebok patch. So I also don't feel very much about including this type of cards into top 5. However, despite of that Panini lacked the license, there's a couple of cards which Panini produced and which I like aesthetically a lot. So the first card which I like is this Flawless RPA. First, this patch, our lettering patch is really sick, and it's a hard signed auto. And what I like in particular is how this red shiny frame complements the red color of R, and how this blue outer complements the blue color in the Rangers jersey. So a really dope card in my opinion. The only thing is that of course the lack of logo is really striking here. So that's why I decided not to include this card into top 5, but it was very closely into that. A very close contender to be included in top 5. The second Kravtsov card which I like a lot is this Prime letter, the whole R letter. That's clearly the best Ranger part of the Rangers patch, which you can get a really great patch. And what I also like about this card is that here, like this Kravtsov photo is in the corner, so the leg of logo is not that striking. So until like very late into the year, I thought about including this card in the top 5. However, very late in 2020, Panini released Chronicles Hockey, and in Chronicles Hockey they had, as always, Chronicles a mix of different products, and they had this really amazing Crown Royal silhouette cards. And I hear when I saw this card, it's just like a mind-blowing card to me, because first, like, I love how this red and white colors of the patch play with the red and white color in the design. Then how this blue outer color plays with the blue patch color here. And a big advantage of this card is due to Kravtsov position. This lack of logo, it's not as striking as well. And in general, I've always loved this Crown Royal silhouettes. So this is the card which I will be including into my top 5 for Vitaly Kravtsov. Really very beautiful card despite the lack of the logo. Then the third, and it's a little bit like funny, like that Panini was putting these Kravtsov cards all the year, and Kravtsov never played in an NHL game. Now Upper Deck is actually putting like official like Kravtsov cards, and I would say it's not like super likely that Kravtsov will make like a Rangers debut this year, because he is still playing for Traktor Chelyabinsk in KHL, and that team is going into the playoffs in KHL, so he will be available only pretty late for the NHL, and it's not clear like that he will make the Rangers roster, because like with this Lafreniere draft, the wingers positions are pretty packed for Rangers. But nevertheless, his cards have produced full speed. So again, if you see any sick Kravtsov rookies, like let me know. Now, the third player which I was collecting this year is not another, but like a proper Rangers rookie, like Igor Shesterkin. He actually made his debut late into the season. In January 2020. It was a game against Avalanche, so Rangers won, I think, 4-2, and he really had a strong game there. And so because he made a late debut, there are not that many Shesterkin cards available. And even though there are not that many Shesterkin cards available, I found that most of these cards are actually pretty ugly. Like, for instance, he has tons of these stature outers, but they're like pink stature outers, green stature outers, green stature parallels, and this type of stuff. But like this green color really looks like bad with the Rangers uniform. It's like super ugly. So, and given that they were like quite expensive, so I decided that with Shesterkin I will only go for the highest quality cards. And indeed, while like for Kravtsov and Gusev, I have a lot of cards. For Shesterkin, I only have actually 3 cards in my personal collection, but despite of me only having 3 cards, all of the 3 cards are of the highest quality. And among these cards, it's very, very clear which one is the best card, because for any modern player, it's of course an Ultimate Rocky Shield, which is the key card, and this is the Ultimate Rocky Shield for Igor Shesterkin. And yeah, beautiful and sharp looking card. The only thing is that I must once again criticize Upper Deck quality control, although I'm doing it in pretty much every video, and even in videos about like other card producers, because Upper Deck quality control is really terrible. And even here, so it's the best card of the player, 101 Ultimate Shield. So you could see that they would put some effort into this card, but no, as you can see here, like this, this kind of penis of the shield is missing the vagina of the frame. So yeah, I don't know, like it's not that hard to like shield, like to put like this properly, but yeah, well, apparently it's just too much to ask from Upper Deck, but nevertheless, this is the second best hockey card I acquired for my personal collection this year. And now we are approaching to number 1. And of course, these new personal collections are always nice, but of course the best cards are for the player collections where you were not really able to find anything for years, and then you find a really huge card. And this is what happened late last year to me with my Pavel Buchnevich a rookie year collection. As you can see, I have probably the best Pavel Buchnevich rookie year collection. There is a separate video of it on my channel. Just check it. Like, I love that collection. But the problem is that after 2017, his rookie year was 16-17. After I acquired like Buchnevich's exquisite shield in 2017, I wasn't able to find any good cards. And this changed rapidly at the end of this year, where through and the end of the last year, where through Instagram I suddenly like found this this beauty, this 101 masterpiece of Buchnevich, that's Flair Showcase 101 parallel. So this card never surfaced anywhere, not on eBay, not on COMC. Just there is this guy on Instagram, Sign Crafts of 74, posts a lot of great Rangers cards. So I highly recommend you to subscribe to him. And one of the cards he posted, I think back in June, was this card. I immediately messaged him, but he told that it's in his Rangers PC. But I told him, yeah, like collecting Rangers should always be strongly encouraged. But if at any point he will decide to move it, then he knows who to hit with that one. And then in December he actually hit me up that he's moving this card, and we made a very, very smooth deal, and I'm very, very thankful to him for this very beautiful cards. Like I'm not sure if it's can be very clearly seen in the video, but these sparkles, they are just like mind-blowingly beautiful, unbelievably beautiful. The true #1 card I purchased this year.